Every DM, and even an artist like a writer, wants a grand, wonderful, satisfactory conclusion to their campaign. But it is yet a mystery of how this thing is to be universally come upon. How do you get a campaign concluded perfectly, wonderfully, acceptingly well for all those concerned? Well, let's try in this manner that I have developed with my players over the years. Even if I have rarely tested, because campaigns are very long, they can take 10 plus years, but campaign conclusion should be worth it if you're already concluding. And thus, the first lesson, people should not know when the campaign will conclude by you. They should sort of decide to conclude it themselves. Therefore, you cannot gather info later. You should gather it before the campaign starts. Therefore, people cannot accuse you that you're preparing for ending the campaign, since the campaign hasn't started yet. Therefore, question your players before the campaign starts. What would be your ideal arc of rising to whatever you want? What is your ideal story for your character? What do you want? What do you want out of life? And how do you plan to rise to it? Generally speaking, you don't have to tell the whole story. Instead of the story, just tell me generally what would be your ideal dream scenario. Sort. What is satisfactory? What would you be satisfied with? What sort of thing would you not be upset with? What would you be very happy with? What would be perfectly so? And so you ask all of them, and then you go back and forth and discuss it with them. What about this? What about that? And would more be good? Would less be good? What about if all together do this? What about if you do that? Because you need to, connect them together, because the campaign will finish together. So you need to see whether there will be some conflicts of interest, and more so, you can bounce off of each other's ideas into bigger ideas. But now comes the trick. Keep the best ideas for yourself and keep them secret. And then, once you have arranged their dreams between them all without spoiling anything, keep the ideas until the end of the campaign. And then try to one-up all of their dreams coming true and making the thing even better. With evidence you gathered at the beginning, so that you don't make a mistake, so that you don't disappoint anybody. Make it also even steps ahead of what they expected. The campaign grows beyond their expected scope, much more so, but they don't know you planned for it, and you don't tell them. You just sort of, at the beginning, you heard what you need to do, then you planned how to do twice more, over twice the length. Or so you hope, because you'll feel when people are starting to say, okay, are we gonna go to that biggest raid and that, this or that? And then you start sort of escalating until you sort of reveal hidden ends of your campaign plot twists that lead into this conclusion of making things doubly the grand. And hopefully then you conclude well, and then when they see it and they like it, they may want to continue playing, which is fine, because now a new campaign starts with the same characters, or they may want to enjoy such glorious conclusion permanently and stop that campaign with those characters, but then you have succeeded, and this is how I suggest to attempt one of the approaches to gloriously concluding a campaign. So adventure, DM, if this was useful or unique, maybe you can spare me a click and I could see you here next, or even every week, because every week I have more such things for you. I make them myself. I'm Mem, and welcome to dMTable. See you next time. Bye.